Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, we are outside in the backyard. It is so freaking beautiful out right now. I'm so grateful. I am out taking care of my chickens, which you might see a few of them kind of migrating, especially Penelope. She typically stays by my side. So yeah, I'm like out taking care of my chickens and talking to the divine, as I do whenever I'm outside grounding. And I started receiving this really interesting download. And Spirit, two downloads actually, so I think I have two messages that I'll be sharing with you guys. But Spirit wanted us to sit with the idea of who and what we believe is the best, highest version of ourselves in the future. Spirit wanted us to visualize this highest vision of ourselves, this highest version of ourselves. Who is she? What is she? What is he, she doing? What's the vibe? What's the energy? And the more that you visualize this, the more that you start to see it in your mind's eye, the more that you are going to be able to understand that that is essentially who you are as a person right now in this moment. You are this person because your vibration has already aligned with that reality. You guys can't see this, but Penelope's picking at my shirt. But yeah, you are this person because you have already aligned to this reality. You have already found yourself in alignment with this vision, and the feeling of greatness and the feeling of awe that you experience is a confirmation that that is essentially who you are becoming. There's so much of our reality right now that is really shifting and changing, transforming, and as that happens, our ground starts to move underneath us and we're trying to keep our footing, but the truth is what we're doing is we're finding a new balance. This new balance is going to look like a whole new world, a whole new reality, and a part of that means that your identity, what you've known about yourself, is also shifting and changing. If there are certain aspects of yourself, like a person or a situation or a career that you look at and you're just like, that is the embodiment of what it is that I want and see for myself, if that is healthy life or of healthy vision for my life that I see for myself, then I need to not strive for it, but be open to it. And every fiber of my being, every aspect of my DNA is going to align to that path. It's going to align to that reality. It's going to align to that perception. And you are going to naturally wake up every single day and be the embodiment of that. So even though it seems like it's something that's far away, you may look at yourself in the mirror and be like, there's parts of myself that I don't accept. There's parts of myself that I don't like. You actually don't need to change anything about yourself other than making time every day to say that this is who I am now. This vision that you see for yourself, or this career, and everything starts to move into alignment and match in your reality, in your perception, that which you've already accepted is who you are and what you are and where you're headed right now. I hope that makes sense. So let me just say this really quickly in a nutshell, that if you are already receiving the download and the inspiration that this is what you want to be, or this is what you want to strive for, this is what you are going to attain, or this is certain things that you want to experience in your life, the fact that you've already tapped into that reality is a message all by itself. Not even a message, but the truth of what you are right now and who you are becoming, as everything around us has already started to shift and into a space of greater alignment. Why is this happening? Well, because it always happens as human beings when we're evolving and we're transforming and we're, evolution, like things just kind of shift. It's just always happening within us. That's why Spirit loves to guide us back into our sacred space, into our meditative space, and ask us, okay, like, what messages are you receiving right now? Because that's ultimately what is happening and shape-shifting right now. For those of you guys that are rapidly shifting and changing, it ends up sometimes being a lot more painful because you are shedding so much of yourself, so much of your core identity, and it has to get replaced. And that can be very, not only painful on your physical, mental, and emotional bodies, but it can also be exhausting. So make some extra time to sleep, make some extra time for rest, make sure that you're drinking enough water, make sure that before you go to bed at night and then before you lay your head down, because that's subconscious active time, that you're calling in your guides, you're calling in your angels, you're calling in the divine to protect you, to look out for you, so that that subconscious restructuring that's happening in that active phase, even though you feel like you're sleeping, it's actually very active, it's very productive, that you are being supported by the divine, your angels and your guides, and they're carrying you through that internal transformation and those shifts that are occurring inside of you. I hope that makes sense, my loves. I'm very curious to hear and see what it is that you have already started shifting in, like where your reality is kind of taking you right now. For some of you guys, this is a very sacred space or time to share your vision. So I understand if you don't necessarily want to share the details of it, but feel free to let me know, speak to me in emoji down below, or maybe a word. That was one thing that's been really striking to me lately, is the power of words. It's not only showing up in my friendship circle where we are just saying like, yo, what is your word? Like what word is speaking to you today? Or what word is speaking to you this month? And we use those words, that power word, as a magical abracadabra of sorts in order to align us even further in every single aspect of our day-to-day experience with that word, with the magic of that word, with the intention of that word. So would love to hear you guys' words down below. One of my words, and I think I shared this on the Astro Chat Live, one of my words was actually the word sustain. And it's interesting because it came to me during a meditative practice. Sustain was my word because what I believe to be, for right now, that when you're in your yoga practice, I'm just sharing this with you guys for the sake of transparency, but when you're in your yoga practice, sometimes if you're ambitious like me, sometimes you know that there's certain things that you're capable of doing, and you kind of push yourself into that position, and you can achieve it. It will be accomplished by you, especially if your mind is on it. But the truth is even though you may be able to initially reach that point within your practice, can you sustain and can you stay in that space for longevity? And it doesn't matter how experienced you are, but any person, regardless of their experience, regardless of how flexible their body is, regardless how much they practice, holding anything for too long can become very heavy. And my word sustain is about finding that perfect balance of not seeing how far I can go, not completely turning off and not going anywhere, but what feels the most comfortable. Like, what does comfort look like for me in the present? What can I reasonably sustain, mind, body, soul, spirit? So that was one of my words that came to me. And yeah, it came to me during a more restful state. Again, I was doing restorative yoga, so pretty dope. That's my word, guys. Let me know what your word is down below. And if you are not familiar with my YouTube channel or with me, my name is Jessica Alexandria. I'm the creator of Behati Life Apothecary. You can visit me at BehatiLife.com. Feel free to subscribe to this YouTube video because there's plenty more videos to escape from, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.